The world's strongest engine. The engines on the Northwestern Railway like to feel responsible, reliable, and really useful. They work hard to complete their work on time, as they know that the Fat Controller does not like confusion and delay. But the trucks delight in mischief, as poor Henry figured out. Henry has had an accident and been sent away for repairs. Who will pull Henry's goods trains? Peeped Percy. I've loaned out an engine from the other railway. The Fat Controller paused impressively. Unfortunately, there was only one available. Diesel 261. The engines hissed at this news. D261 had been to the railway once before, many years ago. He believed that steam engines were old, out of date, and needed to be scrapped to make way for modern diesel engines. I hope Henry's mended soon. He pulls more trucks than 3 diesels put together, agreed Thomas. Pah, better him than me. Trucks are no one's friends. The next morning, D261 slunked into the yard. When the Fat Controller sees how good I am, he'll get rid of those lazy steamers once and for all. This gave the trucks an idea. As D261 began to shunt them into place, they began to sing, Is that all you can haul? Henry's loads are longer. Is that all you can haul? Henry must be stronger. The diesel was cross. He was sure he was stronger than Henry. Well, I'll push you all the same time. Push us all, that's the longest. Push us all, you'll be the strongest. D261 smiled. That's me, the world's strongest engine. And so the diesel shunted 5 trucks together. Then 10. Then 15. Before long, he had an enormous line of 20 trucks. Thomas and Percy watched from the other side of the yard. What does that silly diesel think he's doing? Asked Percy. He thinks he's the strongest engine in the world, replied Thomas. D261 eagerly backed down onto his train. He couldn't have known that the workmen had set the brakes on the trucks. The trucks knew, but encouraged the diesel to push anyway. Push, 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 push. So he pushed, and he pushed, and he pushed, but the trucks didn't move. So D261 decided to pull the trucks instead. The chains began to groan as D261 pulled with all of his might, but the train still didn't move. Heave ho, you can pull but we won't go. Now D261 was furious. I'll move this train or bust! And so, he did. Grease and oil. Just then, Henry, who had arrived from the works, pulled into the dockyard, bringing with him the Fat Controller. I was hoping you could be a proper dockyard diesel, but I was wrong. Can you make up for the lost time, Henry? Oh, yes, sir, replied Henry happily. Henry backed down onto the train. The workmen released the brakes, and then the big green engine puffed away as easy as pie. Even troublesome trucks can do you a favor sometimes, puffed Thomas. Like getting rid of a smelly old diesel, replied Percy. As D261 waited to be hoisted out of the barge, it became clear to him that he had a lot to learn. But that's another story.